us talk about that.
Yeah, obviously, you're disappointed because you lost the game, and you wanted to give the fans a good time, celebrate a home goal. But obviously, the crowd was awesome, was great. The level of the game was high quality. But most important, the things that we saw for us as a team, the first time that we played 45 minutes against an opponent, after having 6 guys in the starting lineup that are new. So that's a big thing. Saw really positive things and things that you can work on, and that's all you can ask after a game like that.
Yeah, and going off of that too, you mentioned 6 new faces in the starting lineup, but a lot of new faces on this year's team. As a veteran, what did you think of the way those guys handled today?
Yeah, I think they were great, right? It's everything. This game is weird because it looks so easy from the outside, right? Because you're viewing where every single player is. You're viewing, you're calm. You're having yourself a drink. You're sitting down. But in that moment, when it's high intensity, high pressure, it's really easy to kind of give into that and not do a good job. And the guys handle themselves really well in high pressure situations. I thought we did well at the back, keeping the ball, having the ball, which that's the first block if you want to build a good team. And I think that that's a positive thing that we can take from today and from all the guys that stepped up.
What's it like, kind of building that chemistry on the field? Obviously, you've had a week and a half of training, but for those new guys, first time in a game setting, what's that like?
Yeah, it's difficult because it takes time. And you cannot. That's something you can't rush, and you can't. There's no magic pill for that. It just takes time. But the really good thing is after the first half, everyone is talking, everyone is communicating, everyone is giving their opinion of what they saw, what we need to do better. And sometimes, you get teams that don't do that, especially with new players that come in. They kind of hold back and, don't speak a lot, but not with this new players, not with this new group. Everyone is, trying to figure out how we can be better and how we can be better for the next game. And I think that's a really positive thing.
How did you guys feel like you maybe defended the corners? They had a lot of opportunities to score, but what did you feel on that end?
Yeah, obviously, so many things, so many moments of the games happen, and we'll have to review the tape and see. And, a lot of that comes from the fact that we don't know anything about them. It's easy when you're in the league and you're playing, you have tape and you know what they do in certain set pieces, who needs to mark who. And for us, today we went blind into the situation. And obviously we conceded the goal of a set piece, a dead ball situation. But even though they had a lot of dead ball situations, we still managed to not give up a goal. So you take that as a positive.
Yeah, what is that like when, again, that first half it was you guys and they had a lot of trialists on the field. They didn't even have numbers on their backs. So like you said, going in blind, how do you prepare for that as a player?
Well, you really can't prepare, but you use experience and instinct, and even though everything's kind of new at this situation, the game of soccer is a lot of pattern based, so you still see the same patterns and you still should know what you need to do in those situations, even though everything is new. But yeah, it's difficult. It's really difficult, especially when it's your first 45 minutes with a new team.
You were the man of the people. There was a lot of little kids by you today. Just to be able to talk to those guys afterwards, and you mentioned to me yesterday they're watching y'all maybe to hopefully someday to be able to get to this level. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, to me that's the most important thing of the game. My reward is that I get to do this and I get to have fun, but it's so important to be able to build something that, the kids from here, from Birmingham, can actually be here soon, You have local kids in our team right now that maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, it wasn't even a reality, and through the investment of, owners and the staff and everyone in the city who's buying in, you get to build something to return back to the community, which is massive, for a kid to be able nowadays to grow up and go to a high level soccer and say, I can be there one day. It makes the difference between making it and not, So, I mean, we're so, us as players, we're blessed that we get to do that and we get to kind of, influence the next generation. And, it's probably the most rewarding part of this whole job.